The new arena opens tomorrow, but hey, Kid Rock's is open tonight. We're previewing tomorrow's big day for the LCA.
Okay, Jason, a longtime Macomb County Commissioner rear ends a parked police cruiser, and it's all caught on dash cam video.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Glad you're with us at 11. Off the top tonight, Commissioner Don Brown admits to drinking alcohol the night he was arrested.
But he's not facing charges of drunk driving. Sterling Heights police had pulled over another driver when Brown hit their cruiser from behind.
Priya Mann joins us live from Mount Clemens. And Priya, you spoke with Brown today.
Yeah, and he's remorseful, says that he apologized to the officers involved, and tonight the commissioner for District 7 wants to apologize to his constituents.
I feel really embarrassed. I mean, it's out of my character to have that happen.
Macomb County Commissioner Don Brown is apologizing after having one too many and hitting a parked police car.
It was still under the lower legal limit, but still it was a factor of being tired, and alcohol was a factor, and I have to admit that.
Dashcam video captured the moment Brown rear-ended the squad car. A Sterling Heights police officer sitting inside the vehicle had to be taken to the hospital for minor injuries. The longtime county commissioner struggled with a field sobriety test.
You want me to demonstrate it again for you?
No.
About 2 weeks ago, police were conducting a traffic stop on Mound Road near 18.5 Mile when Brown hit the car just after midnight. The police report indicates he blew a .07, below the legal limit, but within the threshold of impaired driving.
Next one, I should take one step forward so you're not right on that down slope there, okay? Next one I'm going to have you do is pick either leg you want, okay? When I tell you to do so, I'm going to have you lift it off the ground like this, keep it parallel to the ground.
Didn't realize I was tired and overtired, and and alcohol, a couple of drinks even beforehand is a mistake, and I should have thought about that before I left.
The father of 4 was charged with operating while visibly impaired.
Don't do as I've done, and let it be a lesson to everybody else that, you're tired. You better just stay put and not make the same mistake I have.
And the 54-year-old was released later that day once the alcohol wore off, and he posted bond. Reporting live from Mount Clemens, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
Okay, Priya, 2 men are hospitalized in critical condition tonight after someone opened fire on the car they were sitting in. The 2 were sitting in the car on Faust Avenue in northwest Detroit when they were hit by the gunfire. One man was taken by EMS to the hospital. The other ran from the scene and was later transported by police. So far, police have no motive and no suspects.
As tropical depression Irma's destructive force fades, many in the southeast are now starting the process of cleaning up.
And even though it's no longer a hurricane, Irma is still making an impact.
We keep seeing new video emerge showing the power of the storm surge. This is Miami. Water flooded coastal areas with several feet of water inside homes and businesses. Many streets and neighborhoods across Florida have basically become rivers. Take a look at the destruction in the Florida Keys. You can see debris all along the boardwalk and in the water for that matter. These islands were under a mandatory evacuation. However, tomorrow morning, some residents and some business owners will be allowed to return to get a look.
And in places where the flooding has receded, the cleanup process is underway. It is estimated that cleanup costs could reach well into the billions of dollars. Tonight, 6.5 million people in Florida are without power, and officials say it could take weeks to restore. Local 4, click on Detroit. Art Van Furniture and the American Red Cross are joining forces to help hurricane victims. We're hosting the telethon Help for Hurricane Relief tomorrow from 6 a.m. until 8 p.m. The money will provide shelter, food, emotional support, and other assistance to those affected by the hurricanes.
Other news tonight, police have questioned and released a person of interest in the death of a mother in northwest Detroit. 41-year-old Tiffany Hunter was found shot and stabbed several times. Friends say she was being stalked by an ex-boyfriend. And police questioned that man today, calling him a person of interest. However, he is no longer in custody. The Ypsilanti Township couple who beat their children with paddles and extension cords heading to prison tomorrow. Siobhan May and Michael May were charged with child abuse. They forced their 5 children to do push-ups, starve them, whip them with extension cords, and beat them with fraternity paddles until they were unconscious. The abuse was discovered after the school noticed injuries on their oldest child, and that child spoke at today's hearing.
This has been a struggle that me and my siblings have had to go through for 7 years, and I'm glad that the pain is over. I pray that you heal mentally and you know that there's a consequence for everything you do.
Extraordinary thing for a child to testify against her parents. Michael May was sentenced to 18 years. Siobhan May will spend 3.5 years in prison.
Well, the stage is set for tomorrow's official opening of Little Caesars Arena with the Kid Rock Show. Jason Colthorpe is there tonight where the excitement is already starting to build. Jason?
Well, Kim, you know, the thing is, too, you don't have to look far to be able to tell that this is clearly still a work in progress. A lot of orange over here. You take a look across the street. A lot of stuff still under construction, but, you know, you gaze a little bit down the block, and boy, the crown jewel of this place really is ready to roll for tomorrow. On the eve of its open, Little Caesars Arena was lit up and ready for a picture.
I think it's beautiful inside and out, and I believe it's going to bring a lot of money to the city.
Still plenty of work to finish LCA, and crews who've been working all summer long weren't wasting time tonight either. While Kid Rock was doing his sound check, his restaurant had a soft open.
They had like Detroit burger.
Only God knows why, but the menu seems to be a hit.
Barbecue, buffalo, spicy wings.
And for this born-free Detroit sports fan, the arena tops everything he's seen.
I think it blows it away. I just think it's awesome. We got all the sports teams in one area right now. No other city's doing that.
There's a grilled cheese there, and there's a big grilled cheese sandwich.
I think it's beautiful. It's awesome. Got to walk around a little bit, and outside looks really nice.
All the fries have garlic salt and everything on it, yeah.
The staff pretty excited as well, especially when the cocky cowboy made an appearance.
I got a chance to meet him, actually. I gave him his food, a little chocolate cake. Yeah, he liked it. I told him it was the best one in there, so he ate it.
So tonight, chocolate cake. What about tomorrow?
Yeah, it's going to be jumping. It's going to be rocking everything.
They have chili, and they have cornbread with it's sweet corn.
Yeah, it all sounds good. You know what, though? I really have to apologize. I think I have a factual error in that story. I found out later. The chicken shawarma tacos are by far and away the best thing on the menu. That's what I've been told, anyway. Haven't tried them for myself. I'm a little bit of a devil without a cause. Thank you very much. We're in Midtown. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Chicken shawarma tacos. Okay, Jason, we appreciate it.
Tonight, a symbol that reminds the nation to never forget.
The annual tribute in light is shining high above New York City, marking the spot where the World Trade Center towers once stood. Today marks 16 years since the September 11th attacks.
Tonight, a crowd gathered at the AmVets post in Harper Woods to remember those victims. A steel beam from the World Trade Center was on display during that ceremony. In attendance, a sailor whose mother escaped the towers on that fateful day.
My mother was in the South Tower when the North Tower was hit. She was there attending a meeting. The meeting was adjourned. She left, went across the street, and evacuated her building. As she was evacuating, the South Tower collapsed.
And he says after September 11th, he enlisted in the Navy as soon as he was old enough. He served 8 years, and during today's ceremony, he re-enlisted for 2 more.
Interesting political development tonight. Former State Senator Virgil Smith will be on the ballot in November running for Detroit City Council. Michigan Supreme Court agreed to hear arguments in the case that could have derailed his candidacy, but the hearing won't happen until after the election. Smith resigned his Senate seat last year after pleading guilty to shooting up his ex-wife's car.
2 people in Windsor have died as a result of the West Nile virus. These are the first West Nile-related deaths in Windsor in 5 years. Local health officials in Windsor say 11 cases have been confirmed this year. Remember, West Nile is spread by mosquitoes, so be sure to wear bug repellent and get rid of standing water around your home.
I don't think the mosquitoes care about the customs rules at the border or anything.
They don't. They go anywhere.
That's right.
All right. We're just hours from a big announcement from Apple. What we know about the new iPhone, including the price tag that is sure to raise some eyebrows.
No doubt about it. Also, they are adorable, and yet they are making people sick. The health warning about puppies sold by a major national pet store chain. We'll have that in a moment, too. Hey, Ben.
Just that quickly, I don the vest.
It's a whole new way to keep your kids protected at school. The idea coming from these Local 3 fathers.
If we wanted to save lives, we had to reduce that response time.
What is this system? How does it work? And would you want it in your child's school? The Defenders, next.
People are scared.
Kids are getting settled back into school, probably having a lot of conversations about their teachers and their friends, their schedules.
Yeah, but some local dads say school security should also be discussed. And as Defender Kara Drew shows us, they've come up with their own security solution.
If not us, then who? If not now, then when? That's what some local dads said a few years ago after the Sandy Hook school shooting that left 28 dead. Could the same thing happen here? Well, these dads say they have a plan to keep your children safe.
The images no one can forget. A shooting rampage in a small Connecticut town. A gunman kills 28 people, including 20 children, inside the Sandy Hook Elementary School.
If it could happen in a bucolic little town like Sandy Hook, it could happen where you live.
Ben Powers is a local dad and a commercial pilot with training to protect the cockpit from terrorists.
And I thought, could we apply that program to school safety?
Look what they came up with. That's Pete Rashidi and Jeff Thompson, both automotive engineers who, along with Ben, came up with this new school security system. Bulletproof vests, equipped to fight off a gunman in your child's school.
We brought a fresh set of eyes into the mix, not being from the security, quote-unquote, space and industry.
As dads, we approached it such that, well, what would we want in the schools for our children?
It's all about response time. Once a gunman starts shooting and the call for help goes out, children can be in the line of fire anywhere from 6 to 12 minutes on average before police arrive. These dads say they have a solution that can be installed inside the school for trained school personnel.
I would access the bio enclosure that accesses the iris scanner.
Thank you. You have been identified.
That unlocks the door. I would then access the vault, pull out the vest. At the same time, a two-way hands-free call goes out to 911. Just that quickly, I don the vest. I would close the vault, and I could be in the hall addressing the threat very quickly.
Now, what's on your vest?
So we have a defensive tool. It could be a pistol, it could be a taser, pepper spray, radio for internal communications, a knife and a flashlight. We have in development live streaming video and asset tracking, and then another very important component is a individual first aid kit.
In their system, there are also trauma kits that can be installed throughout the school or a business.
We also have other tourniquets that are elastic. These are really good because sometimes, unfortunately, our victims are very small. These are clotting agents, so it's another way to stop the bleeding.
Active shooter. I can see one wounded.
Those who are allowed access to the Templar life safety system must go through background checks, a weeks-long training that meets police academy standards.
If they're not prepared for what they may see, then they may freeze.
This former Brighton police chief is backing this new form of defense.
The police can't be everywhere at the same time.
Why do you feel that this is safe? Because some people might say, wait, you're bringing guns into the school.
Right, but you're limiting the access to those weapons. It's a very controlled system.
So I was in a meeting with law enforcement as well as school administrator, and the law enforcement individual looked over at the administrator and said, ultimately as a superintendent, you own the problem until we arrive. What are you going to do? And if that doesn't put you back in your seat, I don't know what does.
I'm told there are school districts in the Metro Detroit area considering the system. At this point, they don't want to publicize which districts. Costs could be anywhere from $100 grand for a couple units in one school to a 7-figure cost for an entire district. I'm Karen Drew, Local 4 Defenders.
I just hate that we have to think about any of it.
We have to have the conversation.
Any kind of planning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, right.
Here's what Dr. Frank McGeorge has coming up tomorrow night.
It's a breakthrough technology now available to local cancer patients.
This is a game changer. This lets us do things that we can never do before.
When the option was brought up, it was not a question in my mind that it was something that I wanted to do.
I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Tomorrow night at 11, how this technology is taking off the blindfold when it comes to treating cancer and how it could change treatments for the better.
Ben is here. Hurricane Irma is now tropical depression and good riddance, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Almost done.
Almost.
Yeah, still causing problems, right?
Still causing problems and still going to bring us some rain, too. The clouds from Irma are on top of us as we speak, and we're going to see those at least for the next 2 days. The rain's going to stay away from us until we get into Wednesday. But you can see where those showers are now starting to move up towards the Ohio Valley. still soaking a good chunk of the south here this evening, and we've got more of it's going to start creeping up to the north. But the other thing that we're going to watch, and I'm going to show you the latest stats on Irma first, it is a tropical depression, sustained winds of 35 miles per hour, but again, the wind's not the issue. Still dumping rain down there. That's the end of its at least tropical life cycle. That's when the Hurricane Center is going to stop tracking it there about 7 a.m. on Wednesday, and it just becomes another ordinary low that we'll be watching move through the central part of the U.S. This is Jose. It is now a Category 1 storm. Sustained winds here at 85 miles per hour. This thing's going to do a little bit of a loop, and then 5 days later, it's going to be awfully close to the eastern side of the U.S. Now, all the forecast models do have it arcing back off to the north and east, but it is going to be a close call. So any small change in that track could have impacts on the U.S. 61 is where we're at in the city. Metro at the same number. Everybody else is in the 50s. And we will be seeing 40s in a couple spots overnight. Otherwise, we start looking for the rain from Irma. And again, it's not going to be until we get into Wednesday. Clouds will be with us today. Model not doing a good job of picking up on some of those. Wet as we go into Wednesday afternoon and evening, then drying out by the time we wake up on Thursday morning. And that should be it for the rain. In fact, temperatures will actually start rising going into the upcoming weekend. Lows tonight, though, dropping down to average. How about that? 55 is what we're looking at in Detroit, 55 in the airport as well. South zone lows tonight going to be anywhere between 50 in Onstead and 54 in Monroe. As we look at our west zone, that's where we start seeing a couple of these upper 40s show up. Chelsea, Howell, Flint, all in the upper 40s by tomorrow morning. And on our north zone, we're looking at 40s too, at least in a chunk of it. But down towards M59, that's where the 50s are going to be hanging out. 77 is what we're looking at for a high temperature tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine around. And as we take a look at your 7-day forecast, that's when the 80s start to show up on Saturday and Sunday. So other than Irma's rain on Wednesday and some possible showers on Monday, that's a dry forecast. And most of it is actually above average, which is something that we haven't been able to say.
Yeah, kind of summery there for a while longer, which is great. They've already been. They're cute, they're cuddly. Could they make you sick? Tonight there is a health alert concerning puppies.
And it just keeps happening. A popular Wayne County restaurant once again hit by a car. What went wrong this time? Next.
The man accused of leading police on a wild chase on I-75 appeared in court today.
In addition to chase charges, 24-year-old Duron Sherrard is accused of possession of a controlled substance. He's also expected to face charges in a deadly shooting that happened in southwest Detroit.
He's a thief with rather expensive taste. Bloomfield Township Police are looking for this guy who stole $1,000 worth of perfume from the Ulta beauty store shop. Surveillance shows him taking the bottles and dropping them into a bag and then just walks out with it.
No one was hurt when a car drove into a popular Indian restaurant in Canton. The driver hit the gas instead of the brakes and went right into the dining room. The owner says this is actually the third time someone's driven into his business.
Crystal clear surveillance video shows a burglar breaking into a Grosse Pointe Woods pet shop, broke the glass door at Lou's Pet Shop on Mack early this morning, made his way straight to the register, looked around a bit before running off, but running off empty-handed.
Speaking of pets, a serious bacterial infection has been linked to puppies. The Centers for Disease Control says puppies coming from the national pet store chain Petland appear to be the cause. The bacterial infection is called Campylobacter and has infected nearly 40 people in 7 states. Michigan, though, is not one of those states. The disease, though, is spread through animal waste. So doctors say thoroughly wash your hands after cleaning up after your pet.
If you are an Apple product junkie, perhaps you will find it difficult to sleep tonight. Tomorrow, the company is expected to announce new products, including a new iPhone.
And there is speculation there will be a special 10th anniversary iPhone with a major redesign. It is all rumored to cost upwards of $1,000. 2 lower price phones are also expected to be announced. In addition, Apple is expected to detail a new Apple Watch, Apple TV, and an iOS software update as well.